Thanks, Camilla. Well, President Trump's tariffs are back on. A federal appeals court issued a stay which allows those tariffs to continue while the legal battle plays out. NBC4's Conan Nolan in the newsroom now with a back and forth that's really upended global trade. Conan.
That's right. This reversal does not mean the legal debate over President Trump's tariff policies and his trade war are over. Far from it. All it does is put a hold on yesterday's decision overturning Mr. Trump's trade policies until further legal arguments are explored.
The initial ruling came late yesterday when a three-judge panel called the U.S. Court of International Trade ruled unanimously that President Donald Trump did not have authority to impose most of his tariffs on countries such as China, Canada, and Mexico. That the president's argument that he had emergency authority over tariffs, given that drugs were entering the country, was simply too thin an excuse for him to overstep Congress, which the Constitution says is responsible for setting tariff policy. Two of the three judges ruling against the president were appointed by Republicans, one of them a Trump appointee from his first term. The White House fired back. Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt.
The courts should have no role here. There is a troubling and dangerous trend of unelected judges inserting themselves into the presidential decision-making process. America cannot function if President Trump, or any other president for that matter, has their sensitive diplomatic or trade negotiations railroaded by activist judges.
The White House immediately appealed the decision, and a federal appeals court agreed to temporarily pause the earlier ruling. Not because they agreed with the administration, but simply it needed more time to consider the points made in the case. The decision pauses the lower court's decision until at least June 9th, when both sides will submit legal arguments.
And we're very confident in our success there.
NBC News senior business correspondent Christine Romans.
So we're back to where we were a day and a half ago. And this is part and parcel of the frustration for businesses and importers, because it just means there still is indecision overall about what happens next and what rates tariffs will be for these different countries in the days and weeks ahead.
The White House says it continues to negotiate new trade deals, but none have been announced, save for a preliminary agreement with the United Kingdom. As for the president's emergency powers declaration as to why he can impose tariffs without congressional approval, it is highly likely that will eventually end up before the U.S. Supreme Court. I'm Conan Nolan, NBC4 News.